Good morning, everybody. I'm glad that you're able to join me this morning. And if you're not watching me live, I hope you'll like and share the video later. Um, my name is Debbie Foster, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'm located in Bismarck, Arkansas, and I'm glad that you're here with me today. Be sure you like and comment when you come on so I know that you're here. Let me bring my laptop up so I can watch the comments as they come in. Gotta find me here. Well, let me do a refresh. Facebook has changed their format a little bit, so I'm still trying to learn it yet. So, hope you'll be patient with me. Okay, there I am. Okay. I've got a glare in my room here with the sun coming in the window, but we'll work with it today. Okay, like I said, I want to welcome you here this morning. I was supposed to have done my Facebook Live yesterday, but I had technical problems. My tripod that holds my phone for viewing and doing my lives, it broke on me right when I was ready to start my lives. So I had to go shopping yesterday to get a new one. So I'm still hoping this one will work out okay. It's a little bit taller than my other one. But we'll see what happens today. Like I said, I want to welcome you here this morning. Hi, Deborah. Glad to see you. I'm just getting started, so I'm just doing the introduction. Be sure you like and share the video. I'm just going to wait a second here and let everybody get here. I know it's not my normal day. I was just saying that I had a lot of problems yesterday, technical problems. First, when I started out, my phone wanted to do an update for some reason. It shut down on me and restarted right when I was going to go on. So that all great. So then after that, I was setting up my phone on my tripod, and then my tripod broke on me. So who knows? It just wasn't supposed to happen yesterday. And so I had to go shopping and get a new tripod, so we're going to see how that works out today. Hi Sharon, glad that you're here. I'm going to go ahead and get started. We've got 3 cards that I want to do today. Hopefully we have enough time to do all of them. If not, I'll save one for next time. So anyway, the name of my Facebook page is Creating Cards with Debbie, and you can shop in my store. Well, let me turn you around here and see how that goes. Hold on a second. Hopefully we don't have any problems. So I'm trying to learn the new setup here, so hopefully it goes good. And rotate my phone and get my cord out of there. Okay. Oops. Let me enlarge that a little bit. Oopsie. My phone is jiggling. That's what that looks like on there. And it looks like we're upside down. And it's kind of fuzzy. Why is that? Give me a moment. I'm going to turn my phone around so we can see this right side up. I thought I had it situated right, but it's a learning process. Yeah. I'm hoping that clears up. Got a lot of fuzziness on my screen. Okay, looks like it might be clearing a little bit. I'm just waiting for it to catch up on my laptop. It's a little bit of a delay on there. Hope everybody's doing well today. I'm glad that you're able to be here. Okay. And Deborah, I still got some catalogs I need to get to you. Maybe I can come by and drop them off to you either today or tomorrow. Well, let me see. This isn't quite where I want it to be. I think I can zoom just a tiny bit too. All right, I'm going to see what happens with that. We might just leave it as is. Well, I'm thinking I need to go more this way. It's usually the opposite direction, so let me see if it catches up here. I want to show more of my workspace instead of the rest of my desk. Boy, it is such a lay on my iPad. Alright, thinking I might just leave as is. Okay, we're just going to go with it. Alright, so anyway, I'm creating cards with Debbie. You can shop in my store at www.debbiefoster.stampinup.net. And all these are in the description of the video, so I'm not going to go through all of them. But our July host code is ADFGPKRE. And that also is in the description of the video if you need it. And you use that host code if your order is under $150. Okay, and during the month of, well, the 2 months of celebration that's going on is July and August. And during that time, Stampin' Up! Is offering an extra added bonus onto your starter kit. You'll get a starter kit for $99, and you get to pick out $125 worth of products. And on top of that, you'll also get to pick up, or you also will get add the Making Plans collection to your starter kit for free. And what that is, it's a nice planner. And I got mine. The demonstrators were able to order theirs. And it comes with all the months of the year, and it covers 18 months. And it's also got where you can put your little notes and your monthly focus and all that in there. And I didn't put all of them in my planner because there's a lot of them. There's this whole stack comes with it, so you've got refills for everything. And then on top of the planner, you also get 3 notebooks that go along with it. And also a stamp set that says Making Plans. And I don't know if you can see it on the camera very well. I'm waiting for it to catch up a little bit. Oh, we got a lot of squigglies going on, maybe because I'm moving things around. That needs to clear up today. Okay, so if you have any questions on joining my team and getting this sent to you absolutely free, please reach out to me and I'll be glad to help you with any questions and concerns you might have. Okay. And then the paper pumpkin for August is, let me get my lighting over here. It says, "Make all smiles bloom," and you can subscribe to that until August 10th. So that started now until August 10th. And what you get with that is the Sweetest Sunflowers Paper Pumpkin Kit. Includes elegant watercolor designs handcrafted by our in-house artist to take your crafting to the next level. Try out the twist technique with a sunflower stamp that you can stamp, twist, and stamp again. Perfect for a fuller and more detailed floral image. And the coordinating pre-cut pieces will save you so much time, including the gold foil honeycomb sheets as a free gift that will add a beautiful golden touch to your projects. We can't wait to see what you'll create. And this is enough supplies to create 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs, and coordinating envelopes, an all-occasion stamp set to express words of gratitude, friendship, greetings, and beautiful wildflower designed images. With Paper Pumpkin, it's a monthly kit that you get, but you can cancel it at any time. So if you didn't want to do a certain month, you could cancel it for that month and then reactivate it for another month that you want. And I'm still not happy with my positioning of my camera. It's crooked for some reason. I'm not sure which way to go here, so let me wait and see here. Okay, I think I might be getting it a little better. All right, maybe that's better. And I'm hoping that the screen is cleared up. Are y'all seeing it okay? Is it real blurry to you? I know on mine it kind of comes and goes. I guess that might be a internet problem or something going on, which doesn't surprise me any. Okay, and we have started our new mini catalog, which runs from July to December of 2022. And also for July 1st through August 31st is the celebration catalog, where you can earn free items out of this book. And in the back of that book, it tells more about your starter kit, and it shows everything that you get for free with that Making Plans collection. So if you wanted to look at the back of your book, you can get more information on that. And be sure you reach out to me. I'd love to have you on my team. And when you place your first order after you get your starter kit, you'll also receive a discount on all of your next purchases that you do. So that's an added extra incentive. And who doesn't like to save money? So, okay. Yeah, Sharon, I think it's a Facebook thing too. We just got to deal with it, I guess. It just doesn't make us very happy. Okay, so here's our first card. It's from the Sweetest Cherries. And you can get this as a bundle. We've got the stamp set and the punch with the cherries. And that's our first card that we're going to be doing. And you can find that on page 19 of the annual catalog, the stamp set. So I'll go ahead and turn there and show you. Right here it is. It kind of gives you some samples, and it's really cute. But that's page 19. And like I said, here's the card, and then here's the inside of the card. It says, wishing you a sweet day, and then I just put friend on the inside. So let's get started. Get all my bits and pieces out here. And I'm starting off with, I don't even have my instructions on this. What did I do with them? Well, wonderful. We're going to have to wing it or remeasure things. I don't know what I did with them. Well, of course, we'll have to have some problems. It wouldn't be right if I didn't. Okay, so we're starting out with real red cardstock. And this measures 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches, and then we've scored it in the middle at 5 1/2 inches. And I want to go ahead and burnish that edge of that card. And then we've got our basic black cardstock, which measures 4 1/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches, and that's going to be our mat that's going to go on top of our card. And then we've got our basic white, which measures 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and we're going to be stamping on that part. And then we've got another one for the inside, which is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches too, so we're just going to set that aside for a moment. Alright, I want to get my scrap paper out here to keep my work surface clean, because we may be going off of our edges here. And I'm using this one here that's got the little crisscrosses. It's this one right here. And we're going to be using our black memento ink. And we're just going to stamp that all over on the front of our card front. And just want to make sure that's inked up really good. I'm going to start in the middle and kind of run it off the edge a little bit. And I need to get my piercing mat over here because we're doing photopolymer. So let's do this right. With the photopolymer, you want to use a cushion underneath it because, like the red rubber, it's got a cushion where the photopolymer doesn't. So that's why we use our cushioning underneath it to give a better impression. So I'm going to try to line these up and try to keep my head out of the camera as much as possible. You don't need to see my gray hair. Okay. So if anybody's following up on what I've been talking about with Cookie, our dog, she was really sick, and we've been doing the vet visits, and we had some blood work ran that they sent over to Memphis, Tennessee to get the results. And it turns out that she does have Cushing's disease, but we're treating that now, so we're on our 3rd day of medicine for that. So he said it should take about 7 to 10 days until we see an improvement. So we're just praying for our little girl that she gets better. Our fur kids are just like our regular kids, so we worry about them too when they're sick. They are family. Okay. So we're just doing this all the way across. And the last one there. Okay. So we're finished with that part. We're going to set that aside. And now we're going to put the lid on our black ink so we don't make a mess, like I just did with my fingers. Alright, and then next we're going to bring out our cherries And we might as well bring out all the stamps that we're going to be using while we're at it. And so we've got the word sweet. And friend goes on the inside, so we're going to set that aside for a moment. And we got sweet, wishing you a, and then this one is day, and then the leaf and the cherry and the stems. So we're going to do that all in real red onto a scrap of white paper. I'm thinking I need a bigger scrap because I got to do the cherries too, but maybe we can squeeze them on here. So we're going to do 2 cherries. I'm just sticking my fingers in all the ink today. We're going to do 2 of those. And I should look at my punch so I know how to stamp these. And I think I'm going to turn that over and use the other side because I want to match it up. So we're going to do them there. We need 2 cherries. And then we want the sweet. Yeah, I think I'm needing another scrap of white paper here because I've got more to stamp here. I'll grab one in a second here. Okay, sweet. And then wishing you a... And these are just going to be fuzzy cut, which are very simple to just cut around them. And where's my day? There's day. And just kind of squeeze that in between. Go ahead and cut these out. Oops. And I'm going the wrong way. Well, let's cut out the words first. We're just going to fussy cut those out. And get those oriented the right way, but it works. All's well. Alright, there's one cherry. And we'll slide that over and get the other one. So if you have problems with your punches, I've found that if I just leave them laying on the surface and then push down, it's easier if you have a lot of problems with your fingers with no strength. It's just a little tip I'll throw in there. Alright, so let's go ahead and cut out our words. And I just go around the letters. Whoops, need to cut that off a little bit better. I just go around the letters and leave a little white border around them. Cut that off so I can maneuver around here better. And if you want, you can always come back in and do a little bit of trimming after you've got it chopped off. Like right there, I didn't want no jagged edges. There's our day. Let me get this, I don't lose my wishing you a sweet day. You can probably hear Cookie over here breathing with this Cushing's disease. They pant a lot, are really thirsty, drink a lot, and her breathing is really labored. Sometimes it kind of scares me. Okay. so there's our other words. Throw that away. Throw that away. And then we'll come back in with the sweet and fussy cut that out. We got a little bit of rain last night. It was kind of nice to hear it hitting the roof. And then again the night before we'd gotten some. They were really dry. We could use a whole lot more. Okay. I've got a scrap of white here that we can use for the rest of it. So we're going to change colors here, and we're going to use the Parakeet Party for our stems and our leaves. So I need 2 of those. And these will cut out just like that. And the leaves we need 2. Alright, now let's see if I can punch those right without messing up my other ones. And no, I need to cut them off. So let's do the one stem. And our other stem. I don't know if I left enough space in here to get this. I'm going to show you a little trick here. I'm going to take a piece of scrap paper here. I'm going to add a glue dot to the one end. I think I had too much coffee this morning. I'm a little bit shaky. And then we're going to attach that to the edge of our scrap paper, and then we can put our stem in there to position it where we need it to be. And we've got something to hang on to. Oops, we need to trim that excess off. And we may have to do the same thing with the stems. I guess I could have had these done ahead of time and saved a little time, but I didn't. There we go. It was a little bit louder because I had to go through 2 layers of paper. Okay, so now we've got the stems, and I'm thinking I'm going to do the same thing with those. Give me another glue dot here. And I think I've got that upside down. Let me see, is this one better? No. Now let me turn this around. There. That's better. I didn't want to match it. Here's one. And there's our second one. I was throwing paper all over the place here. We'll get the broom later. Okay, let me clean this up a little bit. And we'll start assembling the front of our card. And these are going to be put on dimensionals. And I'm going to get my large and my small ones out. And I take your pick tool. And yeah, I had to look, see if I put dimensionals on both of my cherries. I did. And I'm just going to put one in the center of the cherries. And I'm just going to get my liquid glue, and we're going to attach our leaves and our stems. And I'm just going to put a tiny dot of glue right in the center of that cherry. And we'll attach our stem first and then our leaf. Yeah, I'm a little bit shaky. Too much coffee this morning. And another dot right next to that for the leaf. And I've got excess in the back. Okay. And we're going to place that down on top of our card because my dimensional cover was coming off. I didn't want to lay it down anywhere. So we're going to lay that down kind of tilted to the side a little bit. And we'll do the same with our other cherry. The stem first. And then the leaf. I wish my screen would clear up. It kind of looks blurry. Does it kind of come and go? Oops. My leaf is moving on me. Get back over there. Alright, we'll take the backing off of this one and place that down on top of the other one. Oh, and I was supposed to put my ribbon behind there first. Let's bring out our ribbon and maybe we can squeeze that behind there. So I've got, this is the gingham ribbon, the black and white. And we're just going to cut off enough to go across. I think it's probably, oh gosh, what is it, 7 inches? I can measure it real quick. Yeah, 7 inches, give or take. And I'm just going to squeeze that in behind here. And I'm going to get my Stampin' Seal to hold that in the back. So let me turn that over. And just run a line on each side. And hopefully I've got it in the right spot. Oops, and don't stick to my paper. So I'm just going to place that down. Oops, and it's sticking to my fingers. Get that lined up. And it's sticking everywhere but where it's supposed to here. Get my fingers out of there. Okay, so now we can stick that down to our black mat. And I'm just going to use my liquid glue, my Tombow. And we'll center that on top of the black. And you're just going to have a small border going around. Okay. And go ahead and place that down on our card front. More glue. Okay. And kind of keep an even border going all the way around it. Alright, and now we can put dimensionals on the back of our letters, words. So, use the larger ones on the sweet, and then we'll use the mini dimensionals on the other ones. So, I don't want to stick them down yet. I'm going to kind of just lay them just to get an idea. And then I'll attach them after I got it figured out. Okay. And these are the mini dimensionals. They come in two sizes, larger and then the smaller. Oops. Wishing you a sweet day. All right. And I'm going to put this one down. Well, no, because my ribbon's going to cover it, so we're going to keep that up there. Okay, so we can take off the wishing you a. We can place that down on our card front. And I'm going to put it up in this upper corner. And get it somewhat straight. And then we've got sweet. Good morning, Becky. I want to apologize for my screen being blurry. I don't know. I guess it's a Facebook thing today. I was hoping it would clear up a little bit. I don't know. Doesn't look like it wants to. So I'm going to place this one right here. And clean up all my dimensional backings here. And then I'm going to take our ribbon, and I'm going to make a faux bow, which is just a little piece of ribbon that we just tie in a knot over the ribbon to make it look like it's a bow, but it's really not. So we call it a faux bow. And I'm all thumbs here. Let me try this again. There we go. And you can kind of slide it and move it wherever we want to. So I'm going to give it short tails because I don't want to cover up my word too much. And, well, we could always tuck it under. Okay, that works. Alright, so there we have the outside. Wishing you a sweet day. And now let's work on the inside, which I think I'm missing some pieces here. No, there we are. I had a little black strip that I cut off of the mat when I cut it. And I think this is probably like a 1/4 of an inch. And then I just did it the length of this, and I'll just trim it off. But we want that for a little added extra here. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. And I'm going to keep a small white edge on the left side. And see how straight of a line I can draw. It's got to be that coffee this morning. Alright, and then we'll just turn that over and trim off the excess. I'm sure glad things are kind of working out today, except for the blurriness, but I'm hoping you can still see okay. It kind of comes and goes, it looks like. Alright, so we want to take that, and we want to take our stamp that says friend, and we're going to stamp that using our real red ink again. I'm kind of putting on the wrong side here. I'm right-handed. Trying to make things awkward for myself. Okay, bring back our piercing mat because we're photopolymer. And we're going to stamp that up in our left-hand upper corner. And then we're going to do another cherry at the bottom, but we're just going to stamp these directly onto our paper. And I'm just going to do one. And we'll put the red ink away, which I've already got red ink on my fingers. And we're going to come back in with our parakeet party to do our stem and our leaf that goes on there. And we'll do the stem first. And we turn this a little bit to the side. And we'll get the stem. Okay, that looks all right. And now we'll just attach that to the inside of our card. And leaving a little edge going all the way around again. Okay, so there we have the inside. So it says, wishing you a sweet day, friend. And I'm thinking, you could add some gems to it, but I didn't want to clutter it up too much. So you can make that decision on your own if you want to add some gems to the outside. And there's the inside. Wishing you a sweet day, friend. So there's our first card. And let me push all those acrylic blocks out of my way. And clean up here a little bit. And like I said, if you missed it in the beginning, we used the Sweetest Cherries bundle, which is the punch and the stamp set. And they're on page 19 of the annual catalog. So let's see, paper in there. I'll lock that up. Okay. Oops, I just woke Cookie up. I dropped something. Okay. So let's go on to our next card, which is this one here. I'm going to close up my glue a little bit. We'll get that out of the way. Trying to make some room here. So it's happy birthday, and it says wishing you all the happiness you can imagine. So I think I've die cut everything out except for maybe a couple things on this, so it shouldn't take us too long. And this can be found on page 109 of the annual catalog. It's called Happiness Abounds. It's the stamp set, and you can get it as a bundle and save 10%. And then here's the dies that go with it. Blossoming Happiness. We're only using 2 stamps on this, which will be wishing you all the happiness you can imagine, which is on the inside. And then the outside is just the happy birthday. So it's more die cutting than stamping on this one. Okay, let me get all my bits and pieces out here and we'll get started. And I gotta be careful I don't lose any because I've got a lot of small parts here that I've already cut out already. Some fussy cutting and some die cutting. So I think I did the fussy cutting ahead of time because that took a little bit I did some real small flowers here, which were okay to fussy cut, but it took a little time. And our card base is just basic thick white, and that measures 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches, and then we scored it in the middle at 5 1/2. And we're just going to burnish that edge of our card again. And what I did to all my directions. I thought I had them. Well, I don't know where they went. Alright. We've got our Designer Series paper, which comes from that same paper that goes with that. And here's the one side, and then here's the other side. And that measures, it should be 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And that's going to be our mat for our paper, our card. And then I have the basic white, which is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And I've already die cut that using this die that's in here, which is this one. Oops, it goes this way. It's kind of neat the way it does, because it cuts out some, but then it leaves some that can be popped up. So it gives you kind of a 3D dimensional. And then I've die cut all the flowers out. I did 3 flowers, one with the purple, the blue, and then the pink. So I'm going to set those aside, because we're going to do a little technique here that I kind of like. I'm going to get my paper trimmer that has my scoring blade on it, and we're going to do some scoring. So what I'm going to do is turn this upside down, and then I'm going to score it at 3/8 of an inch. And make sure your paper is upside down, turned over. 3/8, 1/2. And again at 7/8. We're just going to do 3 score marks there on the edge. And when you turn it over, you'll have the ridges sticking up. So, yeah, you can kind of see it. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. I've got a smudge on my paper, but that'll be covered up anyway. So I guess you could say we embossed it. Put a little dimension on it. I wish you could see it better. Maybe, I don't know if it's going to pick it up or not. But there's ridges that stick up. So we're going to go ahead and attach all this down to our card front. And I'm just using our liquid glue. I'm going to kind of put some in the center of these too, so they'll lay flat. I didn't on my original, and it wanted to pop up on me for some reason. I guess because of the embossing and everything, and the die cutting. So a little extra glue doesn't hurt. And we're going to place that on our card. And just kind of figure out which way I want it to go. Where you want your colors at. Yours is okay, Deborah? Good. Yeah, I don't know how to fix it. I guess it's a Facebook thing. I know I've seen other demonstrators have the same problem, but we just got to deal with it, I guess. Oh well. As long as you can kind of see me, I guess we're okay. So I'm going to go ahead and attach this to the card front. It does kind of throw me off a little bit and upsets me a little bit, but well, like yesterday when my tripod fell all apart, Jack thought I was upset about it, letting it bother me, but not really. I just gotta go get a new one. I'd had that one probably for over a year or so, and it was just cheap plastic that attaches to your phone and holds it, so I just snapped it right in two when I went to put my phone in there. I guess it just got brittle after time. Okay, so we're going to bring our flowers back, and I'm not going to put these on dimensionals, I'm just going to lay them down flat. So we just want to kind of see how we want to arrange this, and I'll cover up that bad smudge I had. But I think we're okay today, so hopefully. And I want that under or over. I think I want it under. Yeah. So we're going to put down our glue, and I'm just going to put a little squirt of it underneath. Not even taking my flowers off all the way, I'm just going to put some glue underneath, and it'll hold it. And this one I guess I might pick up and position it right. And like so. And then we've got some leaves that we're going to tuck alongside of those. We've got 3 leaves. And make sure it doesn't stick past your card so it'll fit in your envelope. And these are all cut out with the dies that come along with this set, this bundle. And right there. And then we'll put another one, squeeze that into the bottom here. Well, I think my glue bottle's getting down to the bottom. I have to shake it sometimes. So I have to turn this a little bit to get it to fit. Okay. And then I have these little flowers that I've cut out. We've got 3 of those. 1 of each of the colors that we've got with the bigger flowers. And we're just going to add some glue if it'll come out of the bottle. There we go. And we're just going to paste those right up in this corner. Oops, and I should have stamped my happy birthday first. Let me do that first. I know where to put that at. I got ahead of myself a little bit, so we're going to use the Black Memento ink again and stamp our happy birthday at the top of our card. And I'll make sure that's inked up really good because we only got 1 shot at this. And we're going to stamp that up in our upper right hand corner. Looks good. And we'll cover that until we do the inside. And now we can place our little flower down there. If I can get a hold of it again without getting glue on my fingers. And I'm going to place that one right there. And then we'll put the pink one in the center. Okay. Alright. And now we've got these little gems, which are the fine sparkle adhesive back gems. We're going to place those in the center of our flowers. And I'm going to use this green that's stuck to my finger Let me get my take your pick tool and get that off my finger and place it where I want it, not on my finger. And now if I can get it to turn over, there we go. So that's going to be our flower centers of our little flowers. And one more. Gosh, that screen is so blurry. Can't blame it on the weather. We don't have any bad weather unless all that sunshine out there. And then I've got a triple bow that I've made using the Baker's Twine Essential Pack, which is 5 different colors in there. And we're going to grab us a mini glue dot, which I like to use the paper pumpkin glue dots because they're small, and with the Baker's Twine it's easier to use them because they don't stick out of the ribbon so much. They're smaller, that's what I'm trying to say. And I can roll it just a little bit, just to make sure it doesn't stick out. And we're going to put our bow right there in the center of that die cut. Okay, so here we have the outside of our card. And now we're going to do the inside. And I'm going to have to bring my baby boss over here without hitting the camera. And I've got a strip of Designer Series paper that is 3/4 inches long, and then it's 5.5 inches. I want it to cover the whole card there. And we're going to use, I like these because it's got some cute edgings. One is like notebook paper that you tear out, and then the other one has just the holes for the notebook paper. And it's really unique, I like that. And we're going to place that onto our cutting plates. And got to make sure that the one edge is the cutting edge that I want. And it's this little strip here. That's your cutting edge. So, forget where I want this at. I'm going to place it right about there. And I'm going to hold this down with some washi tape, which I have right here, so it doesn't move on me. Guess I did have some cut up there already, but we'll go ahead with a new one. And I'm just going to leave a little border. And let me grab one of these that are already up there. And to make your washi tape less sticky so it doesn't tear your paper, just stick it on your clothes or stick it on your hand, and it'll pick up the oils out of your hand and make it less sticky so it doesn't tear your paper. We're going to run that through. And then to finish off getting to the rest of the paper, we're going to move our die. Let's see, that one's tearing my paper a little bit. Let me see if I can be careful. There we go. We're just going to stick that on our finger right now. Okay, so you see the holes are cut. So to finish going the rest of the way, we're just going to place our die and match it up with those holes. It should pretty much just stick in there. And we'll tape it down again. And I'm just going to tape it right there on that side. And we'll cut going facing up instead of down. So are those matching in there? Yeah. Well, it's seeming like it's moving. There we go. Let me add another one to it to keep it in place. I don't want it to move. So I'll finish cutting through. And hopefully I don't mess it up. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Okay, so there it did. Let me get the washi tape off of there. Oops. Well, I'm just going to cut that off. It's not going to show what's on the back side anyway. I don't want to take the chance of ripping my paper. And we're going to snip that off. There. We'll set our baby boss aside and get back to the project. So see, it makes a cute edge. And we're just going to place that in the inside of our card. I think I'm going to put it facing that direction. And I need to trim off a little bit more right here. The washi tape stuck to it. And stuck to my fingers. So I'll go ahead and put some glue on the back side of our designer series paper. Okay. And if you're watching this on YouTube later, because I download this onto YouTube after I finish, and if you're watching it on YouTube, be sure that you subscribe, hit that subscribe button, and you'll be notified when I load new videos on. So, and like and share. I think there's a share button on there. I know there's a like button. It seems like there's a share button too. That helps get my viewers, more viewers. Well, that's a little bit crooked, but we're not going to sweat the old stuff here. Can I move it? No, I'm going to leave it. That's my signature when I'm kind of crooked, so. So we're going to stamp our sentiment on the inside. And it says, wishing you all the happiness you can imagine. And that's going to go at the upper corner, left-hand corner. Okay, so here we have our second card. It says, happy birthday. And wishing you all the happiness you can imagine. So there's card number 2. Oh, I had the directions right there. Okay. I looked right at them. Okay, and then our next card is, I'm going to move some of this stuff out of my way and make room. The one I'm using on this card, which I need to show you, I've got sending you some get well cheer. Oops, I've got all my bits and pieces in there with it. And I'm using the free paper that you can get at a Celebration, which is on page 7. Yes. It's this paper right here. And you can get that free with a $50 order. So it's 12 sheets, 2 each of 6 double-sided designs. Yeah, it's really cute. So we're using the pattern with the birds on it. And sending you some get well cheer. Wishing you a speedy recovery. So let's get with that. And I need my paper cutter, I guess, here too. So I'll grab that in a moment. So I'm using Night of Navy is our card base. And that's 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. And then it's scored in the middle at 4 1/4 inches. So we're going to burnish that edge really good. And then we have our basic white, which is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and a sheet of that designer series paper, DSP, which is 3 3/4 inches by 4 inches. And we're going to cut off the bottom 1 inch. Goodness, a bad screen there. Wish I knew how to fix it. Like I said, we're going to cut off the bottom 1 inch of that designer series paper. So you got 2 different sheets here. And put our paper trimmer aside. And then we're going to take our basic white and we're going to layer the 2. And we're going to leave a little space in between where we're going to stamp our sentiment. So let me get my glue. It's kind of pretty on the back side too. It kind of reminds me of maybe a stormy sky or the ocean. It's dimensional backings flying around here. And we're just going to position that on there. I've got paper sticking to my fingers. And we'll take our 1 inch piece and we'll do the same with that. Glue that down. And kind of lining them up as best we can. You know how that goes. So has anybody got any plans today of doing any card making or scrapbooking or any kind of paper crafts? Okay, and then we've got our ribbon, which is it is our crinkled seam binding ribbon, which is Whisper White. And let me get. But what I've done is with this ribbon, you can take your blends and you can color it whatever color you want. So I've used the dark Night of Navy, and I've already done that, so it had time to dry. So you can change your ribbon color to whatever color you want, which is really cool. So we're going to take that ribbon, and I'm going to take my tear and tape, and I'm going to run a strip across here to hold the ribbon down. If I can find the end of the tear and tape here. Looks like I'm going to have to buy a new roll here pretty soon. I'm getting towards the end. So I'm just going to run that strip right across that. And I'll put some more on the back side too, but I want to do the front side first. And we'll tear that off. And I take your pick tool and we'll pull that tape backing off. Works so much better than trying to use my fingernails, which I don't have. And then we're just going to lay that down on that seam. Oops. It moved on me. Okay, and I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to put a strip of tear and tape to hold that down. Looks like I need to put that on my next order. Tear and tape, I'm running out. Okay. Well, goodness. Let me try this side. There we go. That's better. Whoops. Get that to stay down better. Whoops. That works. And we're just going to place our ribbon over the top of that to hold it down. Okay. And now I can attach that. Well, no, I need to stamp. Well, I can attach it. I can stamp it afterwards. Yeah, I think my bottle of glue is getting down towards the bottom. I've got to shake it a little bit. I need to write the date when I open a new bottle to see how long it actually lasts me. I want to do that and I keep forgetting every time I open a new one. Just out of curiosity. Okay. And now we're going to stamp our sentiment, which comes from, I used the Cheerful Basket stamp set, and I'm using the sentiment here, which says, sending you some get well cheer. And then on the inside, I'm using the Speedy Recovery stamp set, and I'm using wishing you a speedy recovery. So those are the two that I use sentiments from. And we're going to use our black memento ink again. And I want to make sure I get a good coverage on that. And we're going to stamp it off to the right side, centered. Hopefully that is. Looks fairly well. And then I've already tied a bow using that same ribbon that I've colored. And we're going to get our glue dots out here, and we're going to attach that. And I'm going to put it right on top of that ribbon. Okay. Oops, my ribbon is twisted. And if you wanted to make your ribbon stay in place, you could stick another glue dot underneath the tails to make them stay where you want them to be. And we're going to go with it just like this. Okay. So there's the outside of our card. So let's finish up the inside. And the inside, I've got our basic white, which is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And then I've got a strip of that same Designer Series paper that measures, I believe it's 1 inch. Yes, 1 inch by 4 inches. And we're going to place that right down here. Let me show you that paper a little better. We've got a little time here. Let me move that aside so I don't get in trouble. Here's one of them. Let me go down here so we can see it better. So it's got 2 sheets of each design, and there's the back side of that. I'm hoping you can see this okay. And then here's another one, and then here's the back side of that, which is, I like the checks, the gingham. And this one's got little acorns on it. And then there's, oh, we already showed that one. And then here's the one that we're using on this one with the birds. And the back side has the blue. And then we've got one that's got houses, which those could be cut out and used on a card front or whatever you wanted it to do. And it's got like medallions on the back side. And then we've got mushrooms. Those are kind of cute. And then little wood pieces on the back side of that. And then we've got poinsettias, and then the trees that we're using on the back side of that one. And that's it. And that's the free pack that you can get for $50. So we're always using Designer Series paper, so the price of free is a good deal. And come on, glue, you can do it. We got to finish up today. I don't want to open a new one right now. I'm going to make sure my trees are going the right direction, that the branches are sticking up and not down. So we're going to place that with the little small border at the bottom. And let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment. I should have stamped the sentiment first. Wishing you, whoops, wrong one. This one. Wishing you a speedy recovery. So we're bringing our black memento ink again. Ink that all up. And we're going to stamp that in the center. Put the lid on on the ink pad so I don't stick my fingers in. I've already got enough ink on my fingers. But we're not stampers if we don't have ink on our fingers. That and the glue. I'm not sure which one I get more of. It's probably a toss-up. Oh, an embellishment swap. That sounds interesting, Deborah. Huh, is that online that you're doing these with? Okay. Okay, so we'll glue that to the inside of our card. And you could add some rhinestones or something to this too, but I kind of left it plain. I was thinking maybe the bow is just enough. I didn't want to overdo it, which I sometimes do. So there's our third card. So let me bring all of our cards out here and show. There's our first one. Wishing you a sweet day. Happy birthday. I guess I need to pull this down a little bit. Looks like. I'm just watching my laptop to see if I need to move my cards a little different so you can see them better. So there's our 3 cards for today. I hope you enjoyed them, and I hate that the screen was kind of blurry, but I hope you can get the gist of it all. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, I do too, Deborah, the pastel colors. Yeah. And I love that Happiness Abounds. And the paper is gorgeous. And it's got the dies that cut out the flowers and the leaves. So if you didn't want to do that much stamping, you can just do the die cutting of all the flowers and such. There's, I think, 3 different flowers that it'll cut out. And then the leaves, I think there's 2 different leaves that'll cut out, die cut. So that's the lazy way to make cards, I think, but I like it. Okay, so I'm going to get off for today. I'll be back next Wednesday, hopefully. I'll be back on my regular scheduled day at 10 o'clock Central Time. Be sure that you like and share the video, like I said, and if you're watching it on YouTube, be sure that you hit that subscribe button right below, and you'll be notified when I upload new videos. Okay, Sharon, you like the middle one the best. Yeah, I think that's probably my favorite too, the Happiness Abounds. And it's got such gorgeous paper. Let me grab that paper and show it to you all. I don't know if y'all have seen it. Just grab it out of my drawer here. But it is really some pretty papers. And I've been chopping away at mine, so let me see if I can find some full sheets here to show. In fact, I've got 2 packs. Let me see if I can get back here to the main one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, let me grab the other pack. That was kind of chopped up. Yeah, stuck on my bracelet here. Got a new one here. We'll go ahead and open that one. If you're not in no hurry. And okay. This way I get full sheets and you can see it better. I'll slide the plastic down a bit. Okay. Well, a little bit more. Try not to rip it so I can keep it intact. Okay, so here's the one. And there's the back side. Just making sure it's showing on camera. And this one has all the different colors. And there's the back side. This is the back side that we used on our card that we did today. And here's some more different colors. Now the dies all cut out these flowers, so it makes it easy. We don't need to fussy cut. There's the back side. And here's more with a dark background. And the back side of that. And these are the ones that we used on our card today. The 3 different colors. Well, we didn't use the navy, Night of Navy. We used the purple and the pink and the Coastal Cabana, I believe that is. And then here's some more with the yellows and pinks. Now remember that the dies cut these all out, so it's an added bonus. So that's all the papers that are in that pack. And the pack of paper is called Hues of Happiness, 12 by 12 designer series paper. Okay. So that concludes our cards for today. And I'm glad that you're able to come back today and watch after the mishaps I had yesterday and had to cancel and reschedule for today. So we will be back next week. It'll be July 20th at 10 a.m. Central Time. So tell your friends and your family and tell them all to join us. Okay. It's through the Facebook group. Okay. Okay, so I want to say goodbye to everybody. Thank you for being here. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great weekend coming up. And we'll see you next Wednesday at 10 o'clock Central Time. Thank you. Bye.